You're listening to the English Express radio program. Find us online at theenglishexpress.com. Be a part of the program by emailing us at info@theenglishexpress.com.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the English Express YouTube channel. If you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe yet, you might want to do that if you want to be notified at any time we post a new video. You'll be able to see the new videos when you visit our channel. Today we're going to be speaking about the present perfect and the past simple. This is one of the most common mistakes that an English language learner makes, because they believe that when you're speaking about something that happened in the past, you should be using the past simple. But the key here is that we're not actually talking about the event that happened in the past, but we're talking about time frames, time periods, okay? And the key to know when to use the past simple or the present perfect is you first need to know what is the time period. And is that time period over, or is it still continuing? Okay? And those are the only two time periods. You're either in the time period or the time period is over. Okay? And we're going to be talking about two people. One person is you. You're alive. And the second person is somebody who's dead. This could be a great-grandfather or anybody you know who's no longer living. Okay? Because once a person is dead, their life is finished. They can't do anything else. Okay? So the other thing I wanted to talk about is how to construct a present perfect sentence. You're going to want to use either have or has. So, I have seen or he has seen, plus the third form of the verb or the past participle. All right, that's how you construct the present perfect. And if the time period is not finished, if the person is either still alive or if we're in the time period currently, and we'll talk about that, we use the present perfect. And if a person is dead or the time period has passed, we use the present simple. Okay? And the way I like to talk about this is if it's easy to say, did you see a movie last week? Because last week is already past. It's over. Now that's easy, because with the time period is over, you would know that you need to use the past simple. Yes, I saw 3 movies last week. Okay? But what if I don't give you a time period? What if I ask, have you seen Back to the Future? Well, maybe you have and maybe you haven't, but I didn't specify a time period. And anytime somebody does not specify a time period, what they're really talking about is your entire life. And since you're still alive, you have an opportunity to see Back to the Future, or maybe you'll see it again. So if I say, have you seen Back to the Future? You can answer, yes, I have, many times. If you don't know how many it is, you could say, yes, I have once, or just yes, I have. But if we're speaking about your great-great-grandfather, who's been dead for a long time, I might say, did your great-grandfather see Back to the Future? And you could say, no, he didn't. Because he's dead, he has no opportunity to watch it in the future. But you do. Okay? So we're talking about somebody's full life. And as long as you're alive, you would answer in the present perfect. If we're speaking about somebody who's dead, their time period is over. No, they didn't see it. Or no, they didn't go there. Have you been to Africa? Yes, I have. Did your father go to Africa? No, he wasn't able to. If your father is no longer with us. Now, when we speak about time periods, those are a little bit easier, because I could be speaking about this week. Have you seen any good movies this week? Yes, I've seen 3. Did you see any good movies last week? Now, if the week is over, here's a week, Monday through Sunday. Today's Tuesday, so that week is over. I can say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Okay? So if you can just identify what the time period is, you're going to you're going to be able to choose which form, be it past simple or present perfect, you'll be able to choose which one is going to be appropriate. All right, and I've written down here, past simple, it's over, it's finished. Present perfect, it's not over. Maybe you will do that, or maybe you will do it again. Even if you won't, you have the possibility to. Okay? The other thing that you can use this with is with for or since. Because again, we're talking about time periods. Now, right now, I live in the city of Fort Collins in the state of Colorado. And I've lived here for 2 years. Because I haven't moved, I haven't gone anywhere, this is, my living here is still in progress. So I can say I've been living here since 2013, or I've been living here for 2 years. Now, I lived in Russia for 5 years in the city of St. Petersburg, but I don't live there anymore. That time period is in the past. It's over. So I would say I lived in Russia for 5 years. You'll notice that the form, I lived, past simple, because it's already past. I lived in Russia, and you would never use since because it's over. Since is only for current things, because since is really saying that it's still continuing. Okay, but for is for either past or for the current time period. Okay. Also, if you're talking about recent news, because it just happened, this is brand new information. So we would consider this in the current time. So, oh, my neighbor crashed his car again. It's brand new information. But if I'm talking about older information, again, that time period is past. Enough time has gone by that I consider it over. And I would say, oh, my neighbor crashed his car last year. That's old information. And in all of these cases, regardless of which one you're talking about, the key is always the time period. Is it over or is it continuing? And if you can identify that, you will know which tense to use. If you have any questions, please send me an email, info@theenglishexpress.com. Visit us online at www.theenglishexpress.com. I'd like to remind you we have a radio program live every Thursday at 10 a.m. Colorado Standard Time. You can find information for that on our website, and we'll post a video every week as well as the radio show each and every week. So I hope you can join us, and I'll see you next week. Have a good day.